our distinguished gentleman is hereby awarded this plaque for captivating true Filipino spirit and fighting hard, uniting and inspiring a nation by leading the country to a silver medal in the 2013 FIBA Asia Championship and a berth in the 2014 FIBA World Cup. Your PBA and the entire Filipino nation are proud of you. May we call in on center court, Gilas Filipinas head coach, Mr. Vincent Chuck Reyes.
Speaking of coaches, Jason, Coach Chot Reyes being honored here. Siya na yung huli doon sa grupo ng Gilas na binigyan ng plaque ng PBA.
You know, he really didn't have a chance to get his plaque very early or right after the championship of the FIBA because he had to go out and already scout the opponents for the FIBA World.
Speaking of scouting, Jason, etong Sanbig Coffee, napakatindi ng kanilang balik import dito sa Governor's Cup ng taon na ito. Talagang lahat ginagawa para sa kanila. Ito ang nasilip nating scouting report.
So for Marcus Blakely, he's the best scorer. He's the best rebounder. He's the best in assists. He's the best shot blocker. He's the best in steals. So basically, he's doing everything that is necessary for Sanbig Coffee. He brings the energy, and believe it or not, aside from bringing all that, he's also their emotional leader.
So Mr. Everything, etong si Marcus Blakely nga para dito sa Sanbig Coffee, makakatapat nga niya yung tinatawag namang propeta na itong Petron, Elijah Millsap.
On the other side, you look at Elijah Millsap, he's also a guy that does everything. He's up there in points and rebounds, assists and steals, plays within the systems, plays also with his teammates, to the strength of his teammates. But you know, he's also a leader, but in a very different way. He does it with a sense of calm. He has, sabihin natin, a quiet leadership, leads by example, and that's good enough as well para dito sa Petron. Different imports bringing the same success.
Two of the front runners, syempre, para sa Best Import of the Governor's Cup Award, Game 3. Magagawa rin yan o malalaman kung sino nga ba ang lulusot. Pati na rin sa Best Player of the Conference. As we take a look at the starters for tonight's Game 1, Malyari, Yap, Pingris, Devance, and Blakely getting the nod from Coach Tim Cone. Makakatapat sina Cabagnot, Tubit, Fajardo, Santos at Millsap para naman kay Coach Gia Banilla.
When you look at this game and you're going to look at this series and you watch this series, the one thing that you'll notice is itong Sanbig Coffee may have a hard time finding a guy that will match up with Elijah Millsap at that wing position, and maybe also, of course, Junmar Fajardo because of his size, but that's what ito yung kailangan hanapin na Sanbig Coffee. You look at what they're going to do. They're going to put Mark Pingris on Elijah Millsap.
No, from the get-go, si Ping kagad ang tatao sa import na itong Petron as Tubit, sporting that blue hair, matching yung sintas ng kanya sapatos, gets it over to Millsap. Hop step and a pull-up is a no-go. Malyari para sa rebound para sa Sanbig Coffee, who will draw first blood inside the MOA Arena. Ping with a jump hook, he obliges para dito sa Sanbig Planet.
Ping is going to be the guy that's going to defend the best player, but also he's going to have to try to score in this game. Ang tino mo mangyayari dito, Magu, because Pingris is on Millsap, there is a mismatch in the bottom, and Petron has to fight Fajardo down low.
Millsap drains that long two, tit for tat. Pinawi niya agad yung ginawa sa kanya ni Ping sa kabilang dulo. A minute now into the action ng ating PLDT Telpad PBA Governor's Cup Finals. Yap with the leather. Tubit assigned to him. Nakita si Blakely. Sinalubong ni Junmar. Nailang si Marcus. Cabagnot looking to set up the attack. He runs into traffic. Pull up from 14 is good.
See there, Petron with the size defensively, and because they're so big defensively and put pressure when you attack, you have some bad misses, and that gives you a chance to go onto the other side in sort of a secondary break.
Cabagnot forces the turnover on his former backup Alex Malyari. Nagmamadali na naman etong Petron. Millsap though misses on that long one.
One of the guys, you mentioned him earlier, Alex Malyari, he's one of the guys that has a lot invested in this game. Why? This is a team that actually traded him away to Sanbig Coffee.
Another thing na pwede nating tutukan dito, Jason, is the offense versus the defense factor. Etong Petron, kilala bilang isa sa mga pinakamatinding offensive machine sa PBA ngayon. Ang San Mig Coffee naman, they use their defense to get to this point.
I think when you look at San Mig Coffee, this is a team that has to win with their defense. When you look at Petron, this is the most balanced team this conference. It's a very good defensive team and a very good offensive team as well.
Devance catches the one-hander, rims out. Devance sticks it right back.
Gonna play a big role. Bakit? Because Joe Devance, he's one of the guys that really is able to move the ball around at that triangle. And also, on the defensive end, siya kumabantay kay Fajardo. And let's see if he can handle that matchup.
Fajardo pleading for that leather, pero si Devance nakaprontahe sa kanya. Pingris recovers. They go to Santos.
Quick short passes para sa Petron leading to that shot. But it starts off by giving the big man the ball and putting pressure on the defense.
Ball slapped away, inbound from the sideline. Igagawa dito sa San Mig Coffee.
You look at it, they go to the post and there's a switch right there. Ping realizes that masyadong na front na etong si Junmar. AC Petron really moving the basketball well.
Malyari with the leather. Pupunta sila kay Ping. Hinahanap ito si Devance. Arwin Santos picks him off. The Spider-Man feeding the Kraken. Pingris right there to get it right back. Blakely on the move. Jumps it out to nobody. Ball goes to the side of Petron.
Can't jump when you don't really have a place to pass the basketball. That led to that turnover.
Petron abante ng dalawa, 6-4. 3 minutes and change having gone by inside the MOA Arena. Tubit to Millsap. They swing it over to Alex for 3. Mintis si Cabagnot. Rebound battle. Habulan. James Yap saves it. Pero napunta kay Tubit yung bola.
Gotta feel bad for the San Mig Coffee mixers there because that was a ball that was really going their way. Just a bit unlucky that it went to someone with blue hair.
Baka ireklamo yun. Naalala mo nung Meralco series, nagalit sila dahil nakaputi yung compression shirt ni Jared Dillinger nung puti yung San Mig. Hindi kaya yung buhok nakakalito rin.
Tuloy mo pa buhay ni Tubig yan. Ginugulo mo pa.
Blakely loses that leather on the way to the hole. Baseline inbound para dito sa San Mig Coffee. Timeout requested here. 8-4 is the score. Petron abante ng 4. With only 5 seconds remaining on their shot clock, nagminti si James Yap sa kanyang one-hander from the baseline. Pagkakataon ng Petron, dagdagan ang kanilang kalamangan. Cabagnot with the leather, Malyari on him. They get it over to Millsap. Santos from the baseline, over Devance, that's good.
Nice assist to start this game para dito sa Petron. Just willingness to give up the basketball, which really starts with their import.
Pingris gets it over to Devance. Tumama sa kanyang tuhod yung bola. 5 segundo na lang sa kanilang shot clock. Malyari couldn't light it up. The Kraken with that board. Santos, same spot, same result. And that'll force Coach Tim Cone into yet another timeout. Bakit nga naman hindi? 8 na ang abante rito ng Petron. 12-4. Kanina, 30 ang kanyang tinawag. Ngayon, full na.
DD Telpad PBA Finals live on TV5. Coach Tim has been working all week para mapaghandaan ng Petron at hindi daw ito naging madali para sa coaching staff dahil nga maraming weapons ang Petron sa lahat ng posisyon. Kaya naman daw importante na Game 1 pa lang ma-execute na nila ng mabuti ang kanilang fundamentals para mauna na sa momentum. Para naman kay Coach G, getting into the finals is a step towards building a new culture for Petron at syempre mas maganda daw ipagpatuloy ang prosesong ito kapag nakuha na nila ang championship. Confident naman sila especially with their record that they have a better mix than San Mig to get the championship. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Erica. Yun nga ang inaantay ng buong Petroniverse and basketball fans in general, Jason, as Elijah Millsap gets his 4th point of the game. Etong Petron, not just 1, not just 2 championships, but to actually dominate the way they've built and tinkered with this lineup, not just the players, even the coaching staff.
And that's what Coach G said. This is just a first step. You have to have that winning attitude. And right now, you look at this team, that's what they are looking for, or every time they step on the court, they expect to win.
Millsap na naman may tanga ng bola. 10 na abante rito ng Blaze Boosters. Fajardo, naipit ni Devons, forces it up and in.
There's too many mismatches. Like I mentioned, started this game. Who do you put your best defender on? And that's Mark Pingris. If you put him on Elijah Millsap, mapuputas ka dahil hindi niya pwedeng bantayan. Ito si Junmar. Pag nilagay mo naman kay Junmar, sinong babantay kay Elijah?
Waiting at the scorer's table is 6'9" Yancy De Ocampo. Let's see if he will have any success against Junmar sa susunod na dead ball situation as Joe Devons gets Sandmig to 6 points. Millsap, yun yung binabanggit mo. Sinong pipigilan mo dahil yung isa papatayin ka rin?
Well, you know, but Mark Pingris and Joe Devons right there are unable to communicate. They just missed out kung sinong babalik dun sa taong may hawak ng bola.
Ping with the leather, gets it out. Barroca from the perimeter. Doesn't work from deep. Santos for the board. Cabagnot looking to dance with Barroca. Fishes for that foul. Free throws coming up para dito kay Alex. 2 free throws lamang para dito kay Alex Cabagnot. Nawarningan pa si Blakely for delaying the game. Ay, blitzing start para dito sa Petron Blaze.
We take a look at the all-new dual-core PLDT Telpad, the world's first landline and tablet in one that lets you do more.
Cabagnot splits, pero that's still good enough for a 13-point lead para dito sa Petron.
You see that Petron, they've come in here and there's that air of confidence. Now it's up to the Sandmig Coffee Mixers to find a way to break that confidence, to make this team doubt themselves. If you've gone on a streak of 12 wins and 2 losses for the entire conference, meron ka talagang angas na kakaiba. And now, it's up to Marcus Blakely and the rest of this Sandmig Coffee team to break that confidence of Petron.
In that 12-2 run, from the eliminations all the way to the quarters and the semis, Jason, kasama pa dun nung kinataob din nila. Etong Sandvik Coffee, 89-83. That was back on August 31. 19-7 is the score after that split. Mabasa 12 ang abante rito ng Petron. Nadulas si Millsap. Tumatakbo si Barroca. Mark Andy puts it high off the glass as Elijah Millsap is coming up hobbling. Some look of concern from the coaching staff and management of Petron. Timeout muna tayo. So Elijah Millsap taking a break, looking to get stretched out after this spill from moments ago. Ito yung binabanggit mo, Jason.
You can see that when Alex Cabagnot fell in that area, and you know there's already some sweat there from Alex, and that's the same spot that Elijah Millsap falls on. Looks like ground screw, unable to keep the floor clean there, because that's exactly that spot, and that was 2 plays ago.
Some anxious moments para dito sa Petroniverse. Millsap is shaken up.
Chance para dito. Sorry, Bagu, but this is a chance for Sandvik Coffee to make a run, because right now they will match fairly even with Petron in terms of personnel.
Pero sa pagpasok ni Yancy De Ocampo, pinaupo naman si Junmar Fajardo. James Yap trying to beat that shot clock buzzer. Yancy rebound, gets it over to Ping. Ni-reverse ball. 19-11 is the score. Babasa 8 ang abante rito ng Petron. They have Cabagnot, Lassiter, Lutz, Santos, and Kramer. Naiiwan na lang sa starting unit si Arwin at saka si Alex. Tumama ba yung baba na ito ni Marshall Lassiter? Hindi na siya nakatukod sa pagbagsak niya, Jason.
You know, and again, they're still looking at that same spot. You see, tumama yung paa. Marshall kay Mark Pingris.
And even si Ping ngayon, tinuturo pa doon sa mapman kung saan nga ba.
You know, sometimes because the players sometimes they put some oil, some liniment in their body, and that type of liniment when it hits the floor, it's so hard to remove from the flooring. Oil yun eh.
Hindi ubrang simpleng map lang. Ano? Cabagnot with the leather, gets it over to Lassiter. James trying to keep in step with Marcio. Kramer with a pick. Kramer receives. Ping on him. Shot clock is at 1. Nahuli pa ni James Young. And double black eye para dito kay Lassiter as he is whistled for the personal foul. At inihiling ni na Coach Giovanilla, 24-second violation na.
See, James Yap, he may have struggled offensively this year, but much improved defensively and also much improved in terms of getting rebounds.
Baroka to the post.
That's going to be a tough matchup. That's going to be a tough matchup para kay Chris Lutz. Lalo kung dadalhin siya sa poste.
So let's see if Sanmig goes back to that one. Si Blakely muna maglalabas ng bola.
They look like they are going to go. They should go to that because that's the best matchup that they have at present.
Fajardo ibinalik. Binabantayan si Yancy. Elbow jumper is a miss. Pinalitan ni Junmar si Arvin Santos. Lutz against Blakely. They go to Fajardo. Tinutulak-tulak ni Deo Campo. Fajardo, turnaround jumper. Fingers for the board. Baroka crossover on Cabagnot. Leaner doesn't work. Rebound battle. Nakakuha ni Blakely. Blakely trying to be creative there. Lassiter against two defenders. Lassiter all the way to the hole.
That's just good effort on the part of Marshall. Lassiter able to keep his dribble despite being hounded by two guys, and the strength, the composure to finish in front of Pingris.
Balik sa 10 ang abante rito ng Petron. De Ocampo kontra Fajardo. They bounce it over to Ping. The one-hander bumped by Kramer. 2 free throws parating para sa Pinoy Sakuragi. As we take a look at this Kawasaki rousing fast break brought to you by Rouser 135 by Kawasaki. Rouse the rider in you. Pingris misses. PJ Simon being deployed here by Coach Tim Cohn. Pagpapahingain muna si James Young.
In a series that you'd expect it to be very tight, free throws is going to matter because Sanmig Coffee, one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the league, they've got to do much better.
The all-new dual-core PLDT Telpad, the world's first landline and tablet in one that lets you do more. 21-11 coming up on the 2-minute warning ng quarter number 1. Tapik ni Blakely. Sino makaka-recover? PJ Simon with a hand on it. Yancy gets it over to Sanmig. Baroka bounces to Ping. Couldn't complete the spin. De Ocampo saves it to Simon. 12 segundo pa sa kanilang shot clock. PJ, no. Kramer for the board. Denok Miranda now on the floor para dito sa Petron.
Interesting. Denok Miranda is actually the first guy out of that point guard spot. Usually, ang nakikita natin dyan is Chico Lanete. And actually, Chico Lanete has seemingly all season long or conference long cemented that point guard spot at the second point guard for Petron.
Actually, ika-6 na laro pa lang to ni Denok para sa Petron this Governor's Cup. Let's see how it pays off.
Right now, Marcus has got to dominate. That's exactly what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to put pressure on the defense of Petron.
Doug Kramer throwing his weight around, not wanting to give up the easy layup. 2 free throws para dito kay Blakely. Marcus shooting 45% on the tournament. Actually improved na yan as he shot 54% in the semifinals. He takes care of the first as we take a look at this Rexona Power Rebound brought to you by Rexona Men. With 50% more long-lasting protection so you can do more.
The most fouled import throughout the conference. For one, because he's so aggressive, and for the other, because teams feel that they're better off fouling him than actually giving him a layup.
He's gonna shoot in the 50s. Magbigay ka 1 point kesa 2, ano? Dahil kapag ka nakakita nga ng puwang yan si Blakely, either isasalampak o talagang magpapasabit pa.
And this is the best matchup para dito sa San Mig Coffee if they can keep Blakely on Elijah. The problem is, anong matitira kay Blakely pag yun ang gagawin niya buong laro?
Lutz puts it up. Off balance, looking for the foul. Tumatakbo na ang Mixers. So after San Mig Coffee drew first blood at 2-0, it's been all Petron as we come to the last few seconds of this opening quarter. De Ocampo rings the bell. That brings San Mig to within 6 points.
You know, when San Mig Coffee needs to play big, then they're going to have to use Yancy De Ocampo, especially if Junmar is there, because you'd expect Rafi Rivas does not have the strength to push Junmar out of the paint.
Elijah once again. Grabe yung explosion to the basket. Yeah, that first step.
But it all starts out with broken down pick and roll defense once again para sa San Mig Coffee.
Simon kontra Lassiter. Last shot time para dito sa San Mig Coffee. First quarter is down to the last 5 seconds. EJ goes to the left. Blakely pulls the trigger. Punches it through! 3-pointer hatid sa atin ng PLDT Telpag. Less than a second remaining. Elijah couldn't even get off that Hail Mary. That'll do it for the first 12 minutes of action. 23-18 ang nasa ating talan. Etong Petron led by as much as 30 points but will settle for a 5-point lead heading into the second frame. Having gone by dito sa ating PLDT Telpad Governors Cup Finals, etong magkabilang import has put in some work. Blakely, more rebounds, pero si Millsap, more points.
You know, actually, if you look at Marcus Blakely, only 3 field goal attempts in that quarter. But these two guys, they're able to do what is necessary for their team. You see, Marcus Blakely, yes, sabi mo 6 points lang, but the 4 rebounds is actually what kept his team in the game in that first quarter. But on the other hand, Elijah Millsap was just destroying the pick and roll defense of San Mig Coffee.
The one field goal ni Blakely, yung 3-point shot just before the end of quarter number 1. As we send it over to Erica Padilla.
Lamang pa rin ang Petron at kitang-kita ang focus ng boosters as Coach G reminds everybody that the test has just begun and that they have to maintain aggressiveness para manatiling malaki ang lamang all throughout. They just have to keep the pressure but don't foul too much.
Is there still a feeling out process? Pa-jab-jab pa lang ba yung magkabilang Kupunan in the first quarter?
I don't believe that really happens. You know, you come out and you're playing 100% no matter what.
23-18 ang nasa ating talaan. Ito yung binabanggit ni Erica. Gusto dagdagan ng Petron ng kanilang kalamangan. Lassiter buries that long too.
And Petron continues to shoot very well in this game. They're shooting right now at 60%.
Lassiter joined on the floor by Miranda, Fajardo, Millsap, and Lutz. Binabantayan itong si De Ocampo, Blakely, Devance, Baroka, and Simon. EJ, second serving doesn't work. Fajardo clears it.
You look at this game, we said both teams good defensive teams, but so far in defense, it's Petron that's winning the battle. Why? Blakely's shooting 3-pointers. You're seeing De Ocampo long shots instead of the regular offense. Offense of San Mig Coffee.
Lutz to Millsap. Gets that 3 to go. At it's sa atin ang PLDT Telpad.
Going back to that point, it's quality of shots. On one end, you have open looks na nakuha ng Petron. On the other hand, San Mig Coffee, all contested shots. Hirap na hirap sila just even getting to their spot.
11 puntos na para kay Millsap. Balik din sa 10 ang kalamangan nila. De Ocampo bounces it over to Baroka. Na baby lang yung layup. Joe Devance overshoots naman. Isa kulang, isa sobra. Anong gagawin ni Lassiter na sukli sa kanila? Lassiter hindi maipagpag si Baroka. Now he does the pull-up jumper. Back irons it though. Blakely with his 5th rebound. JDB has Lutz extending out on him. Up and under, off balance, no good. Lutz for the board.
Good idea on the part of Joe Devance. Try to post up Chris Nuts, but just good help on the part of Junmar Fajardo is going to get called for the offensive foul.
Napuestoan siya doon ni Yancy De Ocampo. The rookie whistled for that foul. Second personal yan para dito kay Junmar. As Coach G
has some concern here, wanting to talk things over with his boys. Timeout requested. 30-second variety ang hiniling dito ng Petron.
Petron right now, things are looking good, but like para dito kay Coach G, he wants something more. He feels that at the first 14 minutes of this game, they've been the better team. The score suggests that, but at the same time, kailangan pakanala mo parate dun sa mga players mo.
So it's 28 para sa Petron, 18 para dito sa San Mig. As we thank our radio partners, 90.7 Love Radio, 101.1 Yes FM, 96.3 Easy Rock, at ang DZSR 918 AM Sports Radio. So just 2 minutes and change into this second quarter, lamang pa ng 10 ang Petron, pero niya binanggit mo, no? Coach G, they're still fine-tuning what they're doing. Baroka over to De Ocampo. Pull-up jumper, Yancy misses. Na-timingan sila doon ni Lassiter.
Yes, quality of shots. You're looking at Yancy De Ocampo jump shot. So there to open from the other side for guys like Elijah Millsap and Marshall Lassiter. That's why that's a huge disparity in terms of field goal percentage.
San Mig back down by 12. Binawasan. I-advance ng dalawa. Miranda with the leather. Lutz lalabas para tumanggap. Simon right on top of it. Lassiter moving without the leather. He's got a mismatch kontra kay Baroka. Now they go to the post. Lassiter kontra Mark. Pull-up jumper. Matalas nga lang. Baroka for the board. Yancy and Junmar battling for position. Yancy touches it to Blakely for the jam.
One thing that Yancy De Ocampo can do is that he's a very good passer, especially at that mid-post. Realizing na nalibre doon si Marcus Blakely, and Blakely getting an easy one there.
First basket of the second quarter para dito kay Marcus. He's got 8 in total. He gets the tap. Baroka gets it back over to him. Blakely, nakita pa si PJ. And San Mig is off on the run. Petron seeing their lead cut to 6, sues for time. Etong San Mig Coffee all of a sudden has strung together 6 consecutive points, and Jason, they have done it on layups and dunks.
Because they start out with good defense. On the one play, remember, Marcus Blakely forced a turnover. On the other one, on the side of Petron, they had a missed steal. That's why nakakuha ng dunk ito si Marcus Blakely.
Petron looking to recover. Santos going glass, bagong balik. Instant offense ang kanyang naiprovide.
And for Petron, this was the unit, or a similar unit, that actually gave them a good lead, because this is a unit that gives them a good edge in terms of matchups.
Quietly, Arwin Santos has now totaled 8 points in this contest. Kramer coming back para dito kay Junior Fajardo. 14 na segundo na titira sa shot clock ng San Mig Coffee. Malyari tatanggap, kalaban niya ngayon si Cabagnon. Malyari going to De Ocampo. Kramer on him. 6 to shoot for the blue shirts. Blakely crossover on Kramer. Blakely gets the looper.
And he's starting to take over, and Marcus Blakely is taking over on the defensive side, forcing turnovers, and he's also scoring for his team.
Cabagnon feeling the pressure coming from Malyari. Looking for that pick from Santos. Arwin slides, puts it on the floor. Cabagnon has 5 to work with. Couldn't pull the trigger. He turns it over. Blakely against 2, all the way to the hole.
And all of a sudden, this Petron side has strung up turnovers, which has led to layups and dunk shots.
Baba na sa 4 ang abante rito ng Petron. Biggest lead was 13. It was 12 just moments ago at 30-18. Bola na balik na naman sa San Mig. PJ puts it up. Arwin breaks it up. Ayaw ibigay yung alley-oop dito kay Blakely. 4-on-4 as Santos and Blakely are in the backcourt. Millsap against Devance. Millsap lost his dribble. Where will he go? Gets it out over to Lassiter. Marshall looking for Kramer. Ball is taken away. Malyari to PJ. Simon, naipit ng defenders. Kaya ilalabas muna ang bola sa kanyang point guard. Yancy at the post. Looking to attack. Etong si Doug. Yancy for the pull-up. No, Millsap board.
For a guy that hasn't played much, especially in the semifinals and even in the elimination, Yancy's put up a lot of shots today.
Halfway mark na tayo ng ating second quarter. Millsap tatanggap. Looking for Cabagnot. Cabagnot pops out of that baseline. Alex on the run. Gets it to Santos. The baseline jumper is good.
That baseline jumper is working so well para dito kay Arwin Santos sa laro na to. He's just right there in a spot that's near enough to, or far enough to make the defense actually, make it difficult for the defense to actually come out.
3 for 3 na siya from that right baseline. He's got a total of 10 points. Yancy with a jump hook. Doesn't work. Yancy gets his own board. Feeding Blakely.
Offensive rebounds and turnovers. Those are the two things na ginagamit ngayon ng San Mig Coffee to try to get the lead away from Petron.
Millsap to Arwin. Pulls up from top. No go. Devon's on the run. PJ with him on the left. Lassiter trying to keep in front. Meron ng foul on the reach-in.
Oh, he's going to call a 30-second timeout. The offensive rebounder here, Yancy De Ocampo doing a good job. And again, another assist, another dunk para kay Marcus Blakely.
The Mall of Asia Arena sa pagpapatuloy ng ating pagtutok dito sa PLDT Talpat Governors Cup Finals. Mag-umargin po kasama natin si Jason Webb. Game number 1 po ito ng best of 7. Petron still leading San Mig pero 4 na puntos na lamang. At sa puntong ito, merong balita sa atin si Erica Padilla.
Meron daw iniindang minor pain si Chico Lanyete sa kanyang kaliwang hita, kaya naman hindi pa natin siya nakikita sa court. But he confirmed na ready naman daw siyang maglaro. Kaya daw labanan ang sakit. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Erica. Kaya naman pala nauna si Denong Miranda sa rotation. Jason?
And you know, it's very difficult for a coach or very frustrating that you actually have to change how you run yung substitution pattern mo. Lalo na if you have been having a lot of success.
PJ Simon getting away from Tubid. Baba na sa dalawa ang abante ng Petron. This is the closest San Mig has come since the opening moments of this game. Arwin, the floater doesn't work. Kramer battling for it. Fingers with the rebound. Taken away by Cabagnot. Finding Arwin for the 2-point.
And there, bad turnover. You know, you turn the ball over before you cross the midcourt line. Usually, you might as well have given 2 points to the other team.
Malyari. Hingi ng pick kay Rivas na bagong pasok. Malyari is in trouble. Kicks it over papunta kay Simon. 6 to shoot. PJ off the fadeaway.
He's key. You know, Peter Jun Simon has not had a good conference, and that's putting it mildly. But then, you know, once he gets hot, you know, this is a guy that can really light it up for his team.
PJ Simon averaging just over 8 points per contest dito sa Governor's Cup.
But you know, you look at PJ Simon, this is a guy that usually averages close to 50% from the field. This conference, only 40% and only 14% from the 3-point line.
Talagang inaalat ang shooting ni PJ. Pero sa gabing ito, nakaka-6 na puntos na siya and all of them were impact points. Tubid wanting to return the favor. Turnaround jumper niya, no good. Devons with a running rebound.
Now it's the defense of San Mig Coffee that's dictating things. Bakit? Puro one-on-one ngayon ang Petron, and that has led to good transition para dito sa San Mig Coffee.
Tabla na naman ang ating labanan. Third deadlock to. Huli tayong nagtabla was at 4-all. Mahigit 3 minuto na lang natitira sa ating first half.
Again, look at this set. It's taken so long before they start the set. It's down to 10 seconds bago sila nagsimula ng offensive nila.
Millsap with a pull-up. No, Kramer keeps it alive. Santos fakes the pass. Petron will reset this attack. Millsap waiting for that pick. They go to the corner. Too big for 3. Couldn't send it home. Pagkakataon ng Sanmig, bawiin ang kalamangan. Ang problema,
Ill-advised.
ang lakas ng pasa. Mula kay
Regardless,
Advance.
it was an ill-advised pass because even if the ball went to Mark Fingers, there were already two Petron players there na nandun sa ilalim. Sometimes you're just a little too greedy out there on the court. You want to score fast. You want to be able to continue that momentum. And because you become greedy, tuloy nawawala po yung bola sa inyo.
Fajardo nagbalik para sa Petron. Para naman sa Sanmig, Blakely and James Yap back on the floor. Millsap spinning baseline. Forced to adjust dahil kay Rivas. Junmar crashes to the floor. Yap takes that leather away.
And the defense of Sanmig Coffee has really tightened up dito sa second quarter.
Ito yung ginamit nilang unforgiving defense kontra sa Meralco as we hit the 2-minute warning ng ating first half. 2 free throws parating para dito kay Blakely.
Here's the difference in terms of defense here in the first quarter and the second quarter. In the first quarter, 23 points ang binigay ng Sanmig Coffee sa Petron. In this quarter, they've only given up 13.
As Coach Chot Reyes looks on.
Hindi naman sapatos ni Coach Chot, ha? Blue na blue, pero hindi lang siya may blue shoes sa araw na to. The Sanmig team, everyone in that Sanmig Coffee team is actually wearing the same pair of shoes from top to bottom. The only guy that actually changed his shoes but started with it is actually James Yap, because after going 0 and 3, nagpalit pa siya ng sapatos.
Lokat na, no? Yung Sodya as Millsap recovers on Malyari for the big block.
You know, Marcus Blakely, you might say he's the best defensive import, but Elijah Millsap is not far behind.
Preston defensive stop of the game yan, brought to us by Preston Brake Fluid for superior braking action and safety. Sigurado, nasa mabuti kang kamay. Santos all the way. Bulagta dyan si Blakely. Santos gets the 2 points.
You know, you gotta love these two teams. Why? When there's a turnover, they make the opposing teams pay because they run out and then get layups, but nagkaka-turnover ang kalaban.
Petron protecting their hold of the lead. Yap forced to give it up. Ingris with a one-hander, doesn't work. Millsap for the board. Elijah on the move. Blakely from behind. Napunta nga lang dito kay Kabagdut yung bola. Now Fajardo looking to test etong si Rivas. Junmar gives it up. Elijah for 3. Bang! Atin sa atin yan ang PLDT Telpad.
16 points para kay Elijah Millsap already. And again, started out getting the ball to inside to Junmar Fajardo, then getting it out.
5-0 run mula sa Petron just when Sanmig caught up with them. Rivas to Malyari. They go to Yap kontra Tubin. James faking that spin, fading away. Doesn't work. Tabagnot pushes it up. Tabagnot stop and pop. In and out. Blakely para sa rebound.
What a defensive quarter for both teams. You know, both teams played very well defensively, but look at the fouls. Nothing on one end, only 2 on the other. Both teams, in general, all conference long, play good defense without fouls.
Slight differential between quarter clock and shot clock. Blakely's got 3. Blakely dropping it off to Rivas. Puto pa rin inabot. Arwin Santos not aware of the time. And that'll do it for the first 24 minutes of action. 41-36 ang Petron makakapagbaon ng 5 puntos na kalamangan, powered by the Spider-Man Arwin Santos. Big game James Yap, inaabangan pa ng Sanmig Planet and their faithful. Titignan natin anong kanyang gagawin mamaya sa second half. 36 rather is the score as you join us back at the half ng Game 1 ng PLDT Telpad Governors Cup Finals. Mag-umarjan po kasama si Jason. Real quick, Jason, how did we get to this score? Let's break it down by the numbers.
Okay, let's look at the first quarter. The first quarter in which it was a first quarter that was led by Petron. This is how they did it. They simply just shot better. It is 11 out of 19 in the field in that quarter. Both imports played well, rebounding, keeping Sanmig alive in that quarter. And you can say, actually, in this whole first half, when you switch over to the second quarter, which was scored 18 each on both sides, in that second quarter, makikita natin, it was the locals na tumulong naman doon sa mga import. And in that second quarter, You can see field goal fairly close. Rebounding again going the way of San Mig. And look at ito yung sinasabi natin kanina. That's why there was some quickness in that quarter. Turnover and fast break points, 8 and 10 respectively for San Mig and Petron.
So this second half now underway. Devans kasama si Malyari, Blakely, Pingris at Yapang lima ng San Mig. Kalaban sina Santos, Cabagnot, Fajardo, Tubid, and Millsap. As San Mig comes up with a blank sa kanilang opening drive, let's send it over to Miss Erica Padilla.
Sabi ni Coach Richard, masyado daw silang nagmamadali sa pag-i-execute. Pinipilit daw nilang makipagsabayan sa Petron para makapuntos agad. They need to take control better by dictating the tempo this second half. Para naman kay Coach G, they allowed too much easy points for San Mig. They have to force the Mixers to play half court and defend them well. Bantayan din daw ang kanilang turnovers dahil dun din daw sila nadali. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Erica. Saan ngayon ka ba doon sa binanggit ni Coach Richard?
Malindot.
Nung masyado daw sila nagmamadali, kontrahin mo naman. Para hindi ako lang kinokontra mo.
You can see that itong San Mig Coffee for a while there. You remember that we were talking about quality of shots. Yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Richard. They were taking shots that were well contested in which you just have to wait for your offense to try to beat down that defense. That's why you're given 24 seconds.
Junmar underneath, tatlo kumuyog. Sinabot ng foul.
And this is what we were saying. How pag ganito yung lineup ng Petron kontra dun sa lineup ng San Mig, it is going to be very difficult para mabantayan ng San Mig Coffee, especially by Joe Devans, itong si Junmar Fajardo.
As we look at the all-new dual-core PLDT Telpad, the world's first landline and tablet in one. Let's see you do more. .45-38 is the score. Ito ang abante rito ng Petron. Game 2 po ng serye na to this coming Sunday afternoon over at the Big Dome. Cabagnot puts it up. Papunta kami sa pinakol pa ni Blakely. Pero counted na raw yun. Take another look at it. Bumanda na ba, Jason?
Take a look if it already hit the glass. Fairly close.
Malyari touches it over. Mapunta kay Blakely. Nakita si Ping.
See that Mark Pingris talagang he's making sure with those shots. He's not going straight. Alam niya maraming shot blocker itong Petron.
Ping now in double figures with 10. James with a rebound off the Arwin miss.
This is a guy that has to get some buckets.
James up, scoreless pa nga so far in this game. Nagpalit na sapatos. Sumubok magpagpag ng malas. Let's see how it works here in the second half. Blakely, nakita si Joe. Nice movement without the leather coming from the San Mig boys.
Yes, those short passes really help. Already 4 assists para kay Marcus Blakely.
Joe Devance now with a total of 8 points. That brings San Mig to within 5 once again. Millsap couldn't punch it through. Wala nga lang mananatili dito sa San Mig Coffee, sa Petron rather. Jumar asking for that leather. Joe Devance right in front of him. They go the other way. Millsap spinning, putting it up and in.
20 already para kay Elijah Millsap. Elijah Millsap, one of those imports. Ano pa kailangan sa araw na to? And seemingly today, kailangan nila yung scoring niya, and that's what he's giving them.
Ping to Blakely. Kinablot na lang doon ni Elijah Millsap. Inaako ni Cabagnot yung foul. Sino ba ang pipituan? Si Millsap ang nabigyan.
And you can see on the side of Petron, no easy baskets para dito sa San Mig Coffee. Especially if Marcus Blakely is the one there. You make him earn it from the free throw line.
Blakely misses on that first. Currently, he's 3 of 7 from that free throw line. Blakely splits.
pulls them to within 6. 3 minuto na lumilipas. Deep shot, 6. Junmar Fajardo bringing the pain, but he crashes down. Oh, ibang klaseng dagdag ang pinakita sa atin doon ni Junmar. He really got up there. Hindi lang yung height ginamit niya, Jason. Yung lundag niya, kanyang pinakita.
Look at this, Junmar Fajardo way above. Very upset is the Petron bench because they felt he got hit right in the face but brought the pain to the ring.
At baha dito sa buong Kalakhang, Maynila. Libo-libo pa rin ang nakarating dito sa Moa Arena. And from those thousands, nahanap na natin ang ating mga ulala, mahal na masa fans of the day. Wala sa masarap, malaman, mura at convenient kasi easy to open ulalam, ready to eat ulam. Para sa masa, mahal na masa, ulalam, 15 pesos lang. 51-43, Junmar Fajardo coming off that huge dunk. Warningan nga lang si Assistant Coach Curbs ng Petron dahil nirereklamo nga nila na dapat daw may foul. San Mig Coffee looking to begin their fight back here. Fingers over to Malyari. Blakely against Millsap. Naipit. Anong gagawin? Nakita si Malyari. And that baseline has been open para dito sa San Mig Coffee.
That's already 5 assists para dito kay Marcus Blakely. He's just been able to keep his head up pag namamatay yung dribble niya. And the rest of his teammates starting to move.
Tubid looking for Fajardo. Naunahan ni Devons dun sa bola. With already 4 minutes having gone by sa ating third quarter. Ping kontra Millsap. Gustong gamitin ang kanyang katawan. Ping. Naunahan ni Millsap, pulling the chair from behind him. Elijah down the middle, gets it to Arwin for the reverse.
And again, turnover. You can see what happens. We mentioned that in the second quarter. So many turnovers leading to layups. That's another one right there.
Fingers anchoring that triangle. Now he finds himself isolated kontra kay Fajardo. They go the other way. James from the outside. Ayaw pa rin.
Still scoreless is James, yeah, but you can also credit the defense of Ronald Tubit. Ronald Tubit actually had to take a motorcycle just to make it here under the rain. At saka sumakay lang siya kung kahit na kanino, basang-basa daw yung pantalon niya pagdating niya dito, but he had to make it in time, and so far he's reaping the rewards, or at least the coaching staff reaping the rewards of him getting on that motorcycle under the rain.
Kung ikaw merong Rouser 135 by Kawasaki, bumabaybay ka sa traffic sa dilim, pinara ka ni Ronald Tubit, di mo kilala, isasakay mo.
Especially with that blue hair.
As we take a look at this Photon Thunder Drive, brought to you by Photon, empower your business. Kulay blue yung hair, tatad na tato. Kakaripas ako ng arangkada. Ang lakas pa naman sa arangkada ng 135 Rouser. Less than 7 minutes remaining sa ating third quarter. 8 ang abante rito ng Petron. James Yap still looking for his first points. Feeding Blakely. Sinalubong ni Junmar. Blakely crashes to the floor. Third personal foul whistled on the big rookie.
Junmar, see, he gets called for that foul kasi binaba niya yung kamay niya. Earlier in the first quarter, he kept his hand up. That's why he wasn't called on that foul, for that foul rather.
For the younger kids out there, yung principle of verticality, pag kayo po sumabay, diretso lang dapat yung braso. At kahit anong kiskisan mangyari dyan, hindi ka matatawagan ng foul. Basta diretso-diretso ka lang.
It's very interesting. I was actually looking at the Petron bench and you can see, I actually saw Danny Ay getting up from his chair. Tapos pinapakita niya kay Junmar, taas lang yung kamay, huwag mong ibababa. And the teaching never stops.
Huwag ka lang papayong no? At yun nga, yung mentor ni Junmar is a two-time MVP dito sa PBA, si Danny Ildefonso. 53-47, Petron still hanging on to the 6-point lead. Millsap trying to go glass. Blakely steps on the gas behind the back to Baroka. Lalabas kay PJ. Bang! 3-pointer yan natin sa atin ng PLDT Telpad.
Can't get any more open than that. Funny thing is, he was open considering apat lang yung bumabang nag-opensa sa Sanmig. Breakdown on defense on the side of Petron.
Aba sa tatlo, inahabol dito ng Mixers. Kabagnog, babawi. Bang! Another 3 atin sa atin ng PLDT Telpad.
And this is what we've seen with Petron throughout this conference. Every time there's a team that makes runs with them, they have that confidence, that swagger na sumagot kaagad.
May switch no na, gano'n hahabol kayo sa amin Hindi natin kung mapagpatuloy na Sanmig to. Blakely muscles his way through everything but the shot, pero nandun si Devance to clean it up.
It's big boy. You gotta wear your big boy pants when you're in the paint because right now yung tulakan doon, you can see both imports just not giving space. So it's the rest of the locals that have to get in the rebounding, and Sanmig Coffee's done a better job of that.
Millsap to Arwin. Back over to Millsap on the run. Hanging in the air, nakapagpasabit ng foul. Looks like Elijah wanted to throw that down. Devance whistled for second personal foul. Millsap is at the line for 2 shots. Millsap takes care of the first as we send it back over to Erica.
Ang tagal magsalita ni Coach Tim nung huling huddle, kaya naman the players themselves made the effort to lift their spirits up by saying how they should execute defense smartly. Na hindi lang daw basta hustle, kailangan may intensyon ang bawat kilos para magawa ng tama ang mga plays. Balik sa inyo.
Ang tagal na natin napansin yan kay Coach Tim being a former courtside reporter din, Jason. Minsan may mga points in a game na hahayaan muna niya yung mga players to figure out what they did wrong bago siya magsalita sa huddle.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's won so many championships because he's learned to adjust through the game, outside the game, in whatever necessary.
Lassiter loses his pivot there.
You know what right now, Coach Tim actually very upset about his offense because they're not getting into there's no guy getting into the corner to form the triangle.
Baroka running the show.
And you can see that's what Ting is doing right now, so they can at least get into their sets quickly.
Oh, Blakely spinning away from Arwin. What a getaway.
But again, good 2 screens coming from the regular set of theirs.
Kabagnot kontra Baroka. Arwin will offer the pick. Kabagnot gets it to the corner. Millsap from the outside. Doesn't work. Kramer taps it to the wrong man. Simon kontra Lassiter off the pirouette. Naibagsak pa kay Baroka. Couldn't get the basket but will shoot the line for 2 shots.
You look at this Sanmig team. At this point, wala ka na masasabi na parang may magandang nilalaro sa kanila or playing way above their game. Maybe PJ Simon, he's played really well, but the rest of the locals still wanting yung kanilang performance. James Yap, 0 out of 6 at present. Mark Pinger scoring-wise hasn't really been there in a big way. But it's their defense that keeps them in the game. They force turnovers, get on the fast break, and as long as you play good defense, you always have a chance.
Alitan muna tayong tao dito. Miranda coming back on para kay Kabagnot. Split from the line mula dito kay Baroka. Brings them to within 2 points. Miranda gets it across. Report po ni Erica kaninang first half na si Chico Lenete medyo may iniinda sa kanyang binte. That's why Denok is ahead in the rotation. Miranda cross court over to Millsap. Jab step fake. Ayaw kumagat ni Ping. Ngayong gusto ng 3. No go. Pagkakataon na Sanmig makatabla. Blakely trying to go all the way.
You guys are walking advantage because he just does so many things on the court. Siya na yung nakakuha, siya nagbaba ng bola, 3 sumalubong sa kanya, still able to get through it.
Tabla na naman tayo, 57 apiece. Lassiter, off balance. No, Baroka with a rebound. Here comes Sanmig Coffee. Looking for their first taste of the lead since 2-0. Yancy looking to set them up. Point center nilalaro dito ni Deo Campo. Here's Ping looking to attack Arwin. Pinglis! Huli ka ni Santos. Blakely for 3. Doesn't work. Kramer battles for it. Pero na-dribble dito sa baseline ng bola. That'll send us into this timeout. 2:42 remaining in the third. Marcus Blakely throwing it down. Ibang klase ang nilalaro dito sa loob ng Mawa Arena. Tuloy ang bakbakan dito sa Mall of Asia Arena. Ito po ang Game 1 ng PLDT Talpad Governor's Cup Finals. San Mig Coffee looking to reclaim the lead. Huli nilang natikman yan was at 2-0. Malyari tumanggap ng pasa. Yancy kontra dito kay Kramer. Blakely moving on that baseline. They get it to Malyari. The 14-footer doesn't work. Lassiter for the board.
But it's a good set. It comes out of the timeout and they ran their offense.
Millsap to Miranda. Petron so far only has 3 3-pointers in this contest. Denok Miranda though delivers from within.
That's the difference between, they say, Denok and Lanete. Denok is a guy that would rather bring the ball deeper in and take a mid-range shot. Chico, a guy that's willing to take that outside shot. See, Denok Miranda, the thing that he realizes, I have a strength and size matchup, and he takes full advantage of it.
Malyari maglalabas. Baroka and Miranda nagsisimula na magkaroon ng kulay yung kanilang iskisan dito. Two different generations of Tamarons battling toe-to-toe. They get it over to Malyari. Kramer switching out on him. Malyari drops it off. Yahtzee for the finger roll.
Yancy Del Ramos actually had 5 assists. This time around, siya naman ang nabigyan ng assist ni Malyari.
Tied at 59, less than 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Miranda calling out the play. Pinaalis si Lutz. Sino lilipat? Mukhang si Millsap. Elijah getting rid of the defense of Malyari. Foul ang inabot niya mula dito kay Yancy. Millsap towing the line for 2 shots as Malyari gets instructions from Coach Tim.
He's getting the instructions, maybe because, you know, he doesn't have to gamble at that point. He stays behind him. You still have Yancy De Ocampo behind you, and more importantly, you have a bona fide shot blocker in Marcus Blakely behind you. Allow these guys to work for you.
Millsap shoots blanks from that 15-foot line. Baroka nakakita ng puwang on the run. Sobrang alang. Millsap steps on the gas, looking to go all the way. Ayun na, yung pinapanggit mo.
Look what happened. Defensively, you stay in front of your opponent. Look at what Alex does. He stays in front, slows down Millsap, enabling their import Marcus Blakely to clean the mess up.
Excellent adjustment on the part of Malyari. Millsap, though, trying to go quick, couldn't clean it up. Battle for the rebound, ends up with Blakely. Blakely could go all the way to the free throw line. Si Blakely nanggigigil sa mga coast-to-coast dito sa third quarter, ha, Jason?
Pati naman yung mga defenders, pag nakikita siya, nanggigigil rin. Because these are not cheap fouls right now. These are PBA championship fouls, especially when you get to that paint.
As we remind everybody na magsasanib puwersa ang Philippines, China at Taiwan para sa World Muay Thai Championship. October 23 po yan, alas 7 ng gabi, live sa Newport Performing Arts Theater. Mapapanood October 26, alas 9 sa Action TV. Less than a minute remaining in the third. We are tied at, hindi mabawi ng San Mig, ano, yung kalamangan dito. They have tied the game 3 times or twice already here in this third quarter. Millsap, fancy pass to Kramer. Clean block coming from Blakely, says the officials. Nagre-reklamo Petron, tumatakbo na San Mig. PJ with a pull-up, that's good!
And Doug Kramer and Marcus Blakely, some color there as well. You know, that started off much earlier with a foul, but look at this San Mig side. Having just a good third quarter defensively, and then ito nakuha na nila yung kalamangan.
Kinakahula ni Blakely si Kramer. Si Kramer gustong pumoste sa kabilang dulo. Lutz puts it on the floor. Kramer from the baseline. The bicep chop doesn't work. Third quarter's down to 6 seconds. Yancy to Baroka. He looks up at the clock. Mark puts it on the floor. Step back jumper. No good. That'll do it for the first 36 minutes of action. Kita mo naman, everybody
There's a lot of callers so far.
Everybody having some words for the officials. We got 12 more minutes of game number 1. As the intensity inside the MOA Arena continues to escalate, fourth and final quarter of action, salpukang Petron at Sandvik dito sa game 1 ng ating PLDT Telpad Governors Cup Finals. Magumarjon, Jason Webb, Erica Padilla, ang tatlo dito as Mark Baroga came out with a huge block on Junmar Fajardo and he's almost scores.
Sabi sa kanya ni Junmar, sobra ka na ha. Nasupalpal mo na ako. Susutan mo pa ako.
Lassiter gets it over to Miranda. He lines up a 3.
Short.
All board para kay Denok. Kasama nga nila ito si Fajardo, Millsap, and Lutz. Para naman sa Sandvik, nabanggit na natin si Baroka. Andiyan dyan, itong sina Malyari, Simon, Rivas, and De Ocampo as Malyari is called for steps.
Can't give away these turnovers. But look at Mark Baroka able to block Junmar Fajardo.
Minions all over the world loving that piece of action. Hindi man qualified na minion itong si Baroka. Pagka 16 yung kalaban mo, pwede na yun. Lutz on the move.
Opportunity here for Petron. They have that lineup where you think that they have lots of advantages. Lalo na, wala si Blake sa kabila.
Junmar nang gigigil. Dalawa kumuyog. He loses that dribble. Picked up now by PJ Simon.
Gotta say that Fianci De Ocampo has done a good enough job on Fajardo.
Simon to Rivas. Sandvik looking to settle this one down. They go to Yancy from the elbow. De Ocampo, no. Millsap taps it to Lutz. Now Millsap receives it. Lutz lines it up. Punches and throws! 3-pointer na yan. Hatid sa atin ng PLDT Telpac.
3-point shots of Petron. There haven't been that many. Only 4 so far, but it has come in very opportune time.
That is just the first basket of the game para dito kay Chris Lutz. Let's see if he starts to heat up. Simon couldn't go by Lassiter. Yancy against Fajardo. De Ocampo fading away.
That is a play that has limited success, especially when Yancy gets it at that high post.
Millsap stop and pop. Punches and throws. Long lang daw pero still good enough for a 5-0 run para sa Petron, forcing Coach Tim Cohn into this timeout. 64-61 ang nasa ating talaan. Full timeout requested by the mix. All tournament long, etong Petron Blaze has proven to be deadly from that 3-point line at dahil nagsisimula na tumama ang kanilang outside shooting, the cause of concern para kay Coach Tim Cohn. 5 seconds na titira sa kanilang shot clock. Baroka couldn't get through those back, but Rivas is there. Blakely, ayaw pa rin.
That hurt because that was a follow-up dunk. Di pa rin pumasok.
Lassiter to the hole. Gets that layup to go.
Here you can see that Petron really making use of its quickness in this game. They've outscored itong Sandvik Coffee 26-15 in terms of fast break and turnover point.
This is now a 7-0 run para sa Blaze Boosters, broken by that back shot coming from Rivas. Cabagnot loses his footing. He's in trouble. Sues for time. A little shaken up here. Is it going to be a 30 or a full timeout as Alex is slow to get up? Ball as that stonewall defense of Sandvik Coffee has shown up once again here in Game 1. So Marjon kasama si Jason Webb together with Erica Padilla. Nakatutok sa patuloy nating coverage na itong PLDT Telpad Governors Cup Finals. PJ Simon ang tatanggap.
Haven't seen James Yap in quite a while.
Third quarter nung iniupo si James Yap, still scoreless in this contest. Big block by Cabagnot right in front of Baroka. Alam mo si Alex nanggigigil dito kay Baroka kanina pa. Lutz for a 3. Punches it through. 3-pointer atin sa atin ng PLDT Telpad.
Gotta go out on Chris Lutz. He just made a 3-pointer and miscommunication. Failure on defense on the part of Sandvik Coffee.
Balik sa 6 mga bante ng Blaze Boosters. DJ with a 14-footer. The one-hander is good.
Peter Jun Simon already with 13 points, and he's played really well for his team. Reason probably why we haven't seen much of James Yap.
Kabagnot looking for Lutz. Millsap with that pick. Lutz jumps it over. Alex on that baseline. Pinagpag itong si Baroka. They go to Lassiter. No, pero rebound. Napulot na lang ni Millsap. Petron has a fresh shot clock. Lutz rifles it to the left side. Eto na si Millsap on the run. June Forrest there for the stick back.
Junmar for Harder. That's his 7th rebound and also 10 points for him.
Good enough for a 6-point lead na naman para dito sa Petron.
You can see that he's actually more comfortable pag si Rivas bumabantay sa kanya. He knows that he's much stronger than him. Can really bump him and get better paint position.
Baroka in trouble. His pass caught by Simon. DJ naipit ng Huersa. Di makakuha. Pingris underneath. Pingris carving out some space. The reverse is good.
Patience. And it also helps to have that much strength.
This is just game number 1 of a race to 4. Pero syempre, ang importansya nito, pag ikaw nakakuha, you force the adjustment dun sa matatalo. Game 2 is this Sunday afternoon, 4:30 over at the Big Dome. Binabasahan ka ba, Jason? Kasali ka pa ba? Retirado ka na?
That's another turnover despite, the ball going in our direction, Magu. That's another turnover which has been a big problem para dito sa San Miguel Coffee. That's 16 turnovers which have led to 16 turnover points.
Lassiter puts it up. Make that 19 turnover points. 3-pointer at sa atin ng PLDT Tapad.
Ito yung mahirap pag dito sa Petron. When they're not running and they get into their half-court set and they have so many good 3-point shooters that they're so difficult to defend. Best in 3-point shooting percentage, most 3-points made in the league.
Ibabawi ni PJ. Fajardo gets that board. Petron once again. Merong sagot do sa naging rally ng San Miguel Coffee as Millsap gets that basket. May kasama pang foul.
In this moment in this game where you look at the players and it seemingly, look at Elijah Millsap, he looks much fresher than the guys of San Miguel Coffee. They seem to have a better bounce to their step at the moment.
And it's not just in this game, you've been mentioning it, Jason. Petron has done this all tournament long as we thank the all-new Dual Core PLDT Telpad, the world's first landline and tablet in one that lets you do more. Baroka doing more para dito sa San Miguel.
Again, good pressure release there by San Miguel Coffee, by a big man coming out, getting the release of the pressure, and good cut on the part of Mark Baroka.
Just when they needed it most, that was a 10-point deficit sliced to 8 by Baroka.
Mark Pinger is a very good defender, but it seems that he struggled with the quickness of Elijah Millsap, especially coming from the outside and when he starts attacking him very quickly.
Millsap is at the line once again, looking to put up another double-digit spread as we take a look at this Photon Tornado Drive brought to you by Photon. Empower your business. Yun yung thundering jam kanina. Dito kay Blakely. As Millsap goes 2 for 2, or no, splits his charities. Yeah, he went 2 for 2, diba? So it's 79-69. Yap back on the floor. Hinahanapan na siya ng opensa ni Coach Tim Cone. Gets the basket, may kasama pang foul.
James Yap, when I've seen him play against Petron, when it's Lutz or Lassiter that guards him, you look at him and he feels that he has the strength advantage at the post. He likes to play at the post with these guys, and this is what he does. Gets that one-hander up, finally gets his first field goal.
Yap completes that 3-point play. 0 for 6 before that shot now, Jason.
Yes, and he had the nice thing for James Yap after that basket and for San Miguel Coffee. Now he has that confidence and he's fresh.
Lassiter against James. Gustong sukatin si Big Game. Marcio gets it over to Kabagnot. Alex with a fadeaway. No go. Here comes San Miguel Coffee once again, but Baroka loses it. Napulot naman ni Blake Leon. Oh, Blakely with a careless pass. Millsap looking to make it pay.
It's interesting, and Coach Tim is going to be upset because he feels Alex Cabagnot was actually giving up the foul.
And Coach Timbon is all the way to the other end of the floor, barking at the officials here.
And you look at this play, and you have to have a feel of the game. And if you have a feel of the game, and it's actually a fast break play, you can see that it seemed that Coach Tim or Alex was trying to give him the foul on Marcus Blakely. You see here when he turns, that's the foul. He's trying to give up that foul, and Marcus Blakely loses control because of that bump. Referees feel it's not enough for contact. That's another turnover and more turnover points para sa Petron.
Alex Cabagnot makes him pay with that technical free throw after Coach Tim was slapped with a tee. Much to the disgust of the San Miguel Planet in attendance. 82-72, balik sa 10 ang abante ng Petron. James shovels it over to Devons. Overshoots the mark. Love's on the move. Gets it out. Last center for three. Bang! Three-pointer at inside ng PLDT Telpad.
You know, right now, Petron going to their strength. Quickness, getting on that fast break, getting layups. And then after that, getting three-pointers. It's going to be another dunk right here. Or actually, good defense.
Baroka not giving up on the play. Here's Cabagnot for three. Doesn't work. Somebody crashed to the floor. It's Mark Baroka. Looks like it's going to be a foul against Millsap. Nakasar si Millsap dahil hindi niya nakuha yung layup kanina eh. Sa rebound battle, tinulak na lang
Yeah,
niya.
because he slowed down. He should have just gone straight.
85-72 is on the board. Even Governor Pardo is in the middle of the floor of the MOA Arena. Mark Pingris, pinababalik lahat ng kanyang mga kakampi sa bench. Is it going to be a 30 or a full 30-second timeout para dito sa San Miguel?
And it's just been a common thing that we've seen. A while ago, about two timeouts ago, it was the entire Petron crew from the head coach all the way to the last coach talking to the referees. And then after that, now it's the third of San Miguel Coffee. You see both teams. Sinasabi na, sister teams. I don't think so, not today.
Wala na pong 4 na minuto natitira dito sa MOA Arena. And Petron has re-established the biggest lead of the game, 13 puntos. What has San Miguel up their sleeve? We take a look at that three-pointer. Once again, earlier on from Marshall Lassiter. Brought to you by Be Fresh, karunungan, kabutihan, kapayapaan, bukang bibig sa lamig.
Right now, for San Miguel Coffee, 3:49. You still have a chance here. Yes, there's a big run that Petron has enjoyed right now, but you still have a chance to come back.
Devons attacking. Nasaraduan ang pinto ni Lutz. His pass almost taken away. Ends up back up with him. Devons to Ping. Fouled in the act. So Mark Pingris will be trooping to the line for 2 shots. Pingris rattles home the first all-important points needed here by San Miguel Coffee if they want to salvage or have a shot at salvaging game number 1. Ping brings him to within 11. Now San Miguel is looking for the stop. Time on the side of the Blaze Boosters. Millsap dancing with Blakely. Iikot nila papunta kay Lutz. Fajardo asking for it. Lutz still with the leather. Down the gut of the defense and then fading away, getting the bounce.
That's a big shot because, you know, San Miguel Coffee really trying to clamp down defensively. A tough shot made by Chris Lutz.
Balik sa 13 ang abante rito ng Petron. Yap tatanggap. They go to Devons. Back to Yap. He pulls up for a 3. Fouled in the act. Tatlong free throw parating para kay big game James Yap. Now it is Petron's turn to complain.
They see Marshall, does he get him in the legs? James does sell it. The thing is, for the referees, it's tough because they allowed the coaches and the players to complain early. Once they start complaining, hindi natitigil yan. We saw kanina, Coach Forbes, he was running into the court. Everyone seemed to have a shot at the referee today.
Kaya pinakamahirap na trabaho sa buong mundo. Hindi pa yung atin, hindi pa yung sa player, hindi pa kahit anong trabaho. Yung referee, dahil wala ka talagang panalo. As we take a look at the Sistema Tooth and Gum Care Rookie of the Game, si Junmar Fajardo po yan, ang ating Sistema Tooth and Gum Rookie of the Game. Ready for the big league with Sistema Tooth and Gum Care. Get ready for life. 87-77.
Gotta think for San Mig Coffee, all these possessions must stops for them.
Lutz looking for Fajardo. Lutz once again will attack. Now drops it off. Junmar up and under. Finger roll is good.
Gotta love the patience of that rookie. Diba, hindi siya nagmadali. Eventually, because of his patience, got an easy layup.
Kaya nga siya ang ating Sistema Rookie of the Game. Baroka bounces it to James. Another three-pointer on the way. Doesn't work. Millsap with a rebound as we approach the 2-minute warning. Lassiter will miss. San Mig on the run. Blakely, clobbered, puts it up. No. Pero merong foul. Millsap whistles for his fourth. Inabot pa sa mukha doon si Junmar.
You know, all that work trying to get position in the post, did not get it originally. But then when he finally touched the basketball, walang gigil, hindi siya nagmadali. That's why a lot of people are thinking that man right there, that blonde man right there, big future Philippine basketball.
That golden Kraken. The blonde Kraken, ang dami na naging ibang variation ng Kraken. Dahil sa buhok na ito ni Junmar. As these last 2 minutes, time to power up with Cobra Energy Drink. Lakas ng Pinas. Karagnog. Bang!
Magu, just too many three-point shots for Petron in the fourth quarter. They have 4 in the fourth. They only had 3 in the first 3 quarters.
3-pointers na hatid sa atin ng PLDT. Delpad, James Yap gets 2 of those right back, but it is still an 11-point lead.
And a huge quarter para dito sa Petron. Right now, they've scored 33 points. After they scored 23 in the first, limited to 18 and 18 in the second and third.
Lutz once again, 3-pointers ng Petron. Umuulan na dito sa MOA Arena. Brought to you pa rin by PLDT Telpad. And that,
Though, you know what it is? They're open three-point shots though. And it's coming out of nice driving kicks, just getting into the corner. A lot of corner threes. First on the right corner, that's Alex Gabagnot. There's a late contest, not good enough. You swing it over to the other corner, just as good. This one from Chris Lutz.
Mark Baroka at the line for 2 shots. Trying to hope against hope here para dito sa San Mig Coffee. He misses though on that first free throw. 14 ang kailangan nilang bunuin dito. As looks, Coach Tim Cohn is sending in his gunners. Palacunya now on the floor. Blakely pinagpahinga na as well as James Yap.
It's going to be a long series for San Mig Coffee. And these guys, Blakely, Mark Fingers, the rest of these guys, they're going to play massive minutes. Coach Tim trying to find ways to get some, little rest for these superstars of his.
Less than 48 hours before game number 2. Sa linggo po yan, alas 4:30 ng hapon. Petron is just now wasting away the time as they are poised to draw first blood.
And there's going to be there's going to be adjustments on the side of San Mig Coffee. And the thing is, not many teams have figured out Petron. This conference, only 2 teams have beaten them in the 14 games that they've played.
Of course, that was Meralco in the opening round, or in their opening assignment, on their opening assignment, and Rainer Shine, 1 game in that semifinal. 97-84. Petron will continue on their winning ways here inside the MOA Arena. And they did it. Yung trabahong ginawa nila, it's just like how they played all tournament long. They quelled uprisings, Jason. Ang daming atake na ginawa sa kanila San Mig. Nakahanap lang sila ng sagot as that 3-pointer was brought to us by PLDT Telpad.
Yeah, they waited it out. They waited it out until you look at the other side. You look at San Mig Coffee. Eventually, there was a part in that game that they slowed down and 3-point shots started to go in, and that was a big difference. believe they had 6 3-pointers in the fourth, only 3 in the first 3 quarters.
And Petron actually makes it to the century mark. 184 is going to be our final score. Petron winning in a huge way. They pull away late here in the fourth.
We mentioned it at the start of this game, or at the start of the telecast. If Petron is going to score a big number, in this case, at the century mark, they're a team that's going to be pretty difficult to beat, especially for San Mig Coffee that really relies on their defense.
And just when we thought na nahirapan sila sa kanila shooting throughout the first 3 quarters, bigla na lang pumutok dito sa fourth.
Yes, and because you almost feel that napagod na rin, or San Mig Coffee got tired with having to play both sides of the court. Defensively, it was so difficult to stop all the gunners of Petron, and offensively, they were being forced to make extra pass after extra pass.
And the hero of the day para dito sa Petron Blaze Boosters is none other than Elijah Millsap. Elijah, some testy moments throughout the game. San Mig just kept coming back at you guys. How did you find a way to quell their uprisings?
Oh man, we know this is going to be a tough series. San Mig, they play so hard, and we just got in a rhythm. And Marshall, our shooters found their shots, and we got in transition and started playing our game.
You know, Elijah, another triple-double for you, 35, 10, and 10. But it seemed at the start you had to be the guy that they had to lean on in scoring. What changed in the game in which it was more of a team game after that?
I think their coach just wanted me to he want to force me into shooting long jumpers. So I know I'm gonna get shots, and my thing is just knocking them down, having the confidence to knock them down.
Elijah, game number 2 this coming Sunday, 4:30 at the Big Dome. Here's your chance to invite the entire Petroniverse.
Oh man, Petroniverse, we need you out here. It's a great environment out here, and we love your support. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Elijah, and congratulations to Petron. Standby lang kayo, ha. Hindi pa tayo tapos. The Sports 5 Center is coming up, pero kami on the floor will be signing off. 184 is your final score. Sa ngalan ni Jason Webb, ni Eric Padilla, Magu Margin po, nagpapaalam. Sports, meron pa tayong sa aming pagbabalik.